Coming off a grueling title defense, Triple H was steadily building his legacy as one of the greatest world heavyweight champions in WWE history. The following night on Raw, the game looked to take the night off. However, Stone Cold Steve Austin had other plans.
You can pick your own opponent tonight as long as that opponent is a former world champion.
I'll wrestle the greatest former world heavyweight champion of all time, Ric Flair.
What? I'm overwhelmed. I mean, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in my entire life. The best versus the best, just like we talked about.
I chose you to stick it up Austin's ass. I chose you not because you're Ric Flair. I chose you because you're Ric Flair. You'll lay down.
With Ric Flair's integrity at stake, Shawn Michaels paid Flair a visit to remind him who he was and give the dirtiest player in the game his confidence back.
Do you really think I can go out there and beat a guy like Triple H right now?
I know you can do it.
Where's Flair getting this from?
After what I saw you do to Triple H,
Look at these shots by Flair.
I am here to tell you that you, Ric Flair, were, are, and will always be the greatest wrestler in the world. And I just want to know if I'm in the same league with Ric Flair.
You, Michaels, will always be a Ric Flair wannabe.
He just took it from Shawn Michaels.
I am not the little boy watching my idol. I am a Heartbreak Kid, the showstopper. You didn't pass the torch to me. I took it from you.
Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Bad Blood. The dream match, perhaps of all time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 234 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair!
People ask, who do you think is the greatest champion of all time? To me, it's a toss-up. It's either Ric Flair or Shawn Michaels. Flair dominated the 80s as no one has ever dominated a decade. Shawn Michaels dominated the 90s and took what Flair had done to another level.
Well, there have been a lot of guys who've wanted to be like Ric Flair.
And from San Antonio, Texas, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
From just down the road in San Antonio, Shawn Michaels has made his way here to Houston.
Well, you said it before, Cole. Nobody dominated the 80s like Nate, Ric Flair. And nobody dominated in the 90s like Shawn Michaels. But you know what? This is 2003. Who's going to dominate tonight?
We can think back to the last 20 years and some of the greatest five-star matches and Match of the Year candidates, and one common denominator is that they usually had either Ric Flair or Shawn Michaels in them.
And that's why this match is almost guaranteed to be special. I love it.
The Texas crowd does too, King. The cheers for HBK already starting up from his home state fans. But you can hear that Flair has his cult following too. as always.
Oh, what a swinging neckbreaker.
The opportunistic veteran in the ring today, Nature Boy Ric Flair, who's overcome it all. 16-time world champion. Survived a horrific plane crash years ago when he suffered a broken back.
And not many people thought that Ric Flair would ever come back to WWE after that. But not only did he come back, he came back to dominate.
Can you imagine coming back from a plane crash like the Nature Boy? That's not exactly a pulled hamstring.
No, and that's just another one of the reasons that Ric Flair is an absolute legend of the WWE. Woo! Shawn sees the opening.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh, ow!
Great move.
A quick punch to the gut. Oh, big DDT.
Up goes Ric Flair.
Oh my gosh! You know, Shawn Michaels might be as athletic a super as we have in WWE today.
And that's always the one thing to watch out for in a Shawn Michaels match. With his athleticism, HBK has the ability to dictate the pace of a match, like a fast-break basketball team.
Well, that's if he gets going, Cole. Ric Flair is doing everything he can to prevent Shawn Michaels from getting any kind of momentum in this match. Woo! Oh, Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, is going to do whatever it takes to put Shawn Michaels in his place here tonight.
Flair is just so confident. Some would say borderline arrogant, but boy, so confident.
Well, believe me, Flair is arrogant, and he doesn't. That's it. He's done. Well, in the events leading up to this match, Shawn Michaels brought tears to Nature Boy's eyes by telling him how he idolized Ric Flair, nearly worshipped Ric Flair.
But King Shawn eventually got stabbed in the back by Ric Flair.
Wait a minute, as for Michaels being stabbed in the back, that was just typical Nature Boy. If Shawn Michaels really idolized Flair like he said he did, he should have expected it from the dirtiest player in the game.
Just because HBK should have seen it coming doesn't make it right.
Well, Michael, you talked before about Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, and I know it's been said many times, but the elements surrounding that time in WWE history, the 1997 Survivor, watch it, and he powers out. He's in big trouble.
Like a dart, he crashes right into those steps. And he's heading back inside the ring. Now back to the ring.
Oh my gosh! He was able to reverse that. Oh, Cole, look at that. Now that's how you hurt an opponent.
And he reversed it.
Good move there.
He gets out of trouble there. Ric Flair, as we all know, is the master of the figure four leg lock. Likes to get you on the ground and work the legs. And when he decides to focus on the legs, Flair can dissect those legs like a surgeon.
Oh, you said it, Cole. When Flair decides to work on your legs, you're pretty much history. You're pretty much toast.
You know, we can talk all day about Flair's figure four leg lock, but he really can work the legs in a whole variety of ways if he wants to.
And Shawn Michaels has seen Nature Boy's moves thousands of times, has watched all of Flair's matches, so he knows what to look out for.
Shawn Michaels showing no intimidation here tonight. Not that we thought Shawn would.
Showing no intimidation, but showing no respect either. I'm a little disappointed in Shawn Michaels' action.
This could do it.
Oh no, look at Flair. Flair's hurt bad.
Shawn. We can think back to the last 20 years and some of the greatest five-star matches and Match of the Year candidates, and one common denominator is that they usually had either Ric Flair or Shawn Michaels in them.
And that's why this match is almost guaranteed to be special. I love it.
The Texas crowd does too, King. The cheers for HBK already starting up from his home state fans. But you can hear that Flair has his cult following too, as always.
You know, Ric Flair would love to get Shawn Michaels into the corner as often as he can tonight. Try to take away Shawn's speed advantage as much as possible.
But even if Ric Flair is giving up an edge in quickness, the Nature Boy is still one of the most proficient athletes I've ever seen.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
What's he doing to the pad? And we're going back between the ropes. Irish whip with extreme effect.
You know, Shawn Michaels might be as athletic a superstar as we have in WWE today.
And that's always the one thing to watch out for in a Shawn Michaels match. With his athleticism, HBK has the ability.
And he slams right into that exposed turnbuckle.
Boy, did he get dropped or what?
A stiff shot with the elbow.
Knocked into the middle of next week. Did you see that, Cole? Talk about getting your spine adjusted. Jeez.
It was just a little over 2 years ago that we saw one of the greatest events in WWE history held right here in Houston, WrestleMania 18.
Well, there's always been a rich history between WWE and the state of Texas, Cole, and this incredible event is just going to add one more chapter to that book.
Yeah, and I live here.
And he eats the steel.
Perched high, this could be big.
Both men appear to be casualties as a result of that superplex.
Watch it.
What a move.
Look out, Ric Flair is measuring.
Submission attempt here. Figure 4 leg lock being applied.
There's no escaping this. Well, this isn't the first time these men have been in the ring together, but it is the first time Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels have squared off one-on-one.
And it's been building to this, King. Shawn Michaels and the Nature Boy were on opposite sides of a 6-man tag team match at Backlash just a few months ago. And since then, things have gotten very ugly between them.
Well, maybe things have gotten ugly between Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels since Backlash, but it was only the Nature Boy doing what he needed to do.
You mean sucker punching Shawn on Raw 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Maybe it was something Ric Flair needed to do, but I'm not sure it was something he should have done.
A big fist to the gut. Oh, Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, is going to do whatever it takes to put Shawn Michaels in his place. Oh, what's Flair going for here? But wait, a reversal by Shawn Michaels, and ooh, Flair hit that corner hard. He's dazed.
Yeah, really dazed.
Here comes HBK. Oh, Flair in the corner now. Shawn Michaels has him, but wait a minute. Referee, look at that.
Blatant low blow.
And I think Ric Flair got both HBK and the referee. What are you going to do now, Nature Boy? Woo! Dropped. And that was a hard shot. Every time he has to get up, it takes more and more effort. Hear it. Oh, my gosh, he stopped it. Man, I thought he was done for. Oh, right down on the chair. Oh, I bet we see Nature Boy reach even deeper into his bag of tricks tonight than he usually does. Desperate people do desperate things, and Ric Flair needs to win this match here tonight.
And we all know what kind of tactics Ric Flair can call on when he's desperate. The dirtiest player in the game didn't earn that nickname by playing nice.
And he tastes the steel. And he gets out of the ring, stopping this assault for the moment. We might be seeing the beginning of the end.
That's it. He's out. Woo! Check this out. Oh, look at this. Ric Flair with a figure 4, but no!
Shoved right into the official. And now Shawn Michaels is ready to go. And he's tuning up the band for some sweet chin music on Nate.
Look out, Nature Boy.
And he connects. Who the heck? Randy Orton
with a steel chair to the back of Shawn Michaels. And look at this, he's putting Nature Boy on top of HBK.
The youngest member of Evolution.
Are you kidding?
Helping
the referee.
out his buddy Flair.
And there's the 3 count. I can't believe this, Cole.
No, I can't. That's the way these guys operate.
The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, he's almost unconscious. There's no way he could have won this match over Shawn Michaels without the help of Randy Orton. Ric Flair can barely stand, but Shawn Michaels is out.
dividends.